You're listening to the Vint Wine Podcast, where you'll hear interviews and stories from around the wine world. From writers and critics to winemakers and sommeliers, we'll explore the people and businesses who are instrumental in shaping wine culture. Enjoy the show.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of 5 Questions. In these quick conversations, we highlight the world-class writers, winemakers, and sommeliers featured on our full-length episodes in a quick 5-question format. We hope you learn a little bit more about the wine world and the people and companies that make it run. Enjoy. All right, we are here with 5 Questions with Alessandro Bindocci. Thanks so much for joining today.
Thank you, Biddy. It's great to be here.
Yeah, I'm excited. Question 1, where are your vineyards located and what varieties do you work with? And what winery do you work with?
So I work for Il Poggione Winery. Montalcino is one of the 3 original founding families of the appellation. It's been around since the 1800s. We are in Cino, Tuscany, southern part of Tuscany, just about 50 kilometers south of Siena. And more particularly, Il Poggione is located in the little village of Sant'Angelo called, just 10 kilometers south of Montalcino. We grow mainly Sangiovese. Of course, that's the grape that we use for our most important wines, Rosso di Montalcino and Brunello di Montalcino. And all the vines go from 500 to 1,500 feet above sea level on the southern slopes of the Montalcino hill.
Perfect. All right. Question number 2. If someone has never heard about Il Poggione, what is the first thing you would want a wine enthusiast to know?
Il Poggione is it's a farm. I think that's the very important thing. So it's not just a winery, but it's a full farm. 1,500 acres, but only 300 are planted with vineyards. So we have from cattle to olive trees to forest to grain. So very much diversified and most importantly, very sustainable in the work. So we have 60 workers that do all the work completely by hand. So a big family. So yes, a family run farm. That's definitely something with only a few words that defines what Il Poggione is for someone that's never heard about us.
Awesome. That makes a lot of sense. All right, question number 3. What are some regions or wine styles outside of Montalcino that inspire you? Or I know there are so many producers in Montalcino, maybe there's another producer that also inspires some of what your work entails.
A lot of wineries in Montalcino inspire me, but you will often hear when you speak to Montalcino producers that a lot of Montalcino producers consider themselves Barolisti, so big Barolo lovers. I hope the same goes for Barolo producers to be Brunellisti, so Brunello lovers. I'm pretty sure it is the same, but yes, big Barolo lover, but also Champagne and Burgundy always have a special place in my heart. Definitely inspire us the most.
Nice. And then from Barolo, not only do you enjoy the wines, but you also took the submerged-cap technique that's widely used up there as well.
Definitely. By visiting many Barolo vineyards and wineries, we saw that the classic technique for the winemaking is the submerged-cap fermentation, which, fun enough, in Tuscan we called Piemontesina, something that in Piedmont they don't call hills. But yes, it's a technique where you keep the skins always fully submerged in the wine for the whole length of the fermentation, so you extract a lot of color and flavors from them. And it's something that we learned from Piedmont. And of course, the Nebbiolo has a lot of similarities to Sangiovese. We thought we would give it a try. We saw that it was successful for us, and so we implemented it for the whole fermentation, for all of our red wines.
Fantastic. Question 4. Which vintages have stood out to you over the years? And this could be good or bad vintages, just something that's memorable.
So with me already working for the winery, the first vintage, I've been very lucky because the first vintage that I was here at Il Poggione was 2006. So 2006 was an amazing year where was a great vintage in Tuscany. So that definitely brings good memories as my first year and one of the greatest in Tuscany. But of course, I've been lucky enough to taste 2 of the greatest vintages I've made in Brunello. One is quite recent, 2010, and it was considered one of the 2 greatest vintages of Brunello. And the other one, we go a long time ago, 55. 55 before 2010 was the best vintage in the history of Brunello. Also happens to be my father's year of birth. And so that's for both reasons, this vintage is a special place in my heart. Both amazing vintages.
Yeah, very cool. 55 is my mom's year of birth too, so great year. Question 5. Looking forward, what is on the roadmap for Il Poggione?
I would probably say staying traditional to our production, continuing the sustainability path. So that's something that we really count on. The weather is not very helpful nowadays, but we really want to be as sustainable as we can. We've been working towards organic certification for the last 20 years, and now 25 is the first year that we are organic. So yes, continuing the traditional aspect, but also continuing on the aspect of sustainability. That's something that we really strongly believe on.
All right. This has been 5 Questions with Alessandro Bindocci. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Billy. Thanks for having me.